when I first met you, you know what I'm saying? Like, you seeing you doing this is like far from what you probably used to doing.
Yeah, it sure is far from me, but man, just because of that, I think it was because I ain't know my grandfather them was already farming like back in the day, and shoot, since I started, I went to school for agriculture. I was involved in like a lot of programs. Had internships at a lot of places. But it's just something that I like to do, But it eventually evolved into a business. Me and my friends, like what I'm saying, CJ and my brothers, like it's just something that we always did. Farming and ranching. Went to Prairie View, like at HBCU.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Uh,
So, what was your like first experience? Like, what just made you say, okay, yeah, this is what I want to do? Because when I remember one time when I had talked to you back in the day, you had told me you was going to school for veterinarian.
yeah,
Yeah. So,
yeah.
what was like? Tell me about the time like, all right, you planted that plant, and then you was like, all right, I don't think I want to do this. I want to do this.
Man, I'm gonna tell the truth. What made me want to do this was like fully and really was when my best friend CJ and I always tell this story. One day, we threw parties. We had all type of businesses, ranching, all kind of stuff. So one day he was like, "Man, if you just took the time and put it all in like your business and set it up for your family and friends, you can operate, create opportunity. Sure, you don't really just got to be moving around and running around trying to do 5, 6, 7, 8 things. So now it's like a family effort, everybody involved, and it give me the opportunity to continue to do like the stuff I like to do, like teach and work with kids. What I'm saying? Provide training, and also, we're just grow food for people. You know.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Um, and other than that, what was the first vegetable you grown?
First was 5 man. I think it was a radish.
Radish.
Right, a radish. I think you go to um you go to school. You go to all these science fairs.
Yes, sir.
People hear you out still. One of the people at the science fairs had gave me a pack of seeds. Gave me a pack of seeds with some radishes. I think I went home and I threw it. I think we stayed at an apartment that time, right after we moved from Mississippi. And the radish came up in the soil in the backyard in the apartment building. So that was just something that was different, being able to grow in the city. Being growing up now, actually staying in the city, coming back, from what I was already doing, which was working for the USDA. So I was just like, man, I wanted to teach, help kids out, not even necessarily about just agriculture or farming in general, but just another way to, get some money, have a business, it turns into all these other things, and also survive. Because if you don't know how to grow your own food, or even your own alligator water, you can't survive. You know.
And so tell us a little bit about your background.
My background in terms of
From
Own garden in your backyard. It's gonna be a huge eye opener for everybody. You know, if they announce Walmart is closing, they can announce that any day. Okay, Walmart's closing today. Where are you gonna get some food? So everybody should at this point go, wow, we need something. We need to have some kind of small garden in your backyard where you can get some kind of resources, put fruit trees in your yard. Everybody, this is the wake-up call. Hey, you don't have to go big or do something this big, but I've grown huge harvests of tomatoes, squash, cucumbers, all that in my backyard for years. So we just need to do that. Everybody should have a veggie garden in their backyard, minimum.
now, Mr. T, I know we are going through some health times, have you noticed a difference when you was eating, probably just all kind of
Oh yeah, I've had
street food, up at night going fast?
Bluebell.
Yeah, a lot of cheeseburgers. Ain't nothing wrong with a cheeseburger.
Yeah. But
Yeah, your preference.
but you just feel better, man, when you stop eating all the wrong stuff. As I've learned over the years, and recently more so, doing research and reading. The food chain that we do have is full of really bad food. Most of the food is not really good for you. They can mass produce it, looks exactly the same, tastes exactly the same. It's all done with smoke and mirrors and chemicals. You buy a box of something that says blueberry twinkles. You read the label, there's no blueberries in it. That's where we're at now, where food is not food. Hot Cheetos, that's not food. And then kids are, I want some hot Cheetos. This is not even food. What the hell is a hot Cheeto made out of?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. So we just have to just get back to just real life and hey. But it's so hard to deal with billions of dollars of advertising by these companies. You know what I'm saying? Those commercials they got for those burgers and stuff, you want to go get one of those.
Well, ain't Mr. T. Like, I know you can have a garden, but they won't feed a lot of people. So what you think got to be done like on the mass scale? What's something you would leave with like the next generation of young gardeners and farmers? Like you said, your dad, he gardened and farmed with you a few generations back. Then generation back from that, that's a whole nother episode.
Yeah. But,
we ain't gonna go there,
but I just think that we just should be more mindful. Number one, of where your food comes from, and just what you put in your mouth. That's the key thing. I really think the real thing is education. People have to learn because, again, advertising works all day, every day. They're telling you to eat this burger, telling you to eat these fries, eat this.
So what's the only way that you would know exactly where your food comes from?
Well, you got to get it from people you know. You come out, you find some. There's a lot of people growing vegetables.
Yeah, I know your
There's a guy
farmers
growing watermelons around here. There's a guy growing whatever. You find those people and get good wholesome food that ain't been tampered with, injected, or some got them going up on the vine crop. I always like to take my vines up off the ground. Keeps your fruit cleaner and better. Like this was heat down on the ground. That's okay, but I just prefer them to go up. That's cute. That's another thing. Vegetables, they're not all gonna be exactly the same size, shape, perfect look. Now you want that, I can spray a bunch of plastic and chemicals on it. You want them all to be the same size and same width. I prefer mine just good. They just taste better than this. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It's all your bell peppers are shining pretty.
Yes, sir.
They gotta spray some stuff on it. My tomatoes may have some blemishes and bumps, but they good. Yeah, that cucumber high on me too. That's a different variety than this one is too. You notice that?
Yeah.
It's elongated. Yeah, I planted probably 2 or 3 different varieties out here. See how he not perfect looking, but that's the way the wood cucumbers. They throw these away. That's your vegetables. Like I said, I wouldn't have this many, but I did harvest yesterday. You gotta harvest daily. You gotta harvest every day so you don't let it get overripe. No, that ain't even big enough. Okay. Yeah. Tomatoes, these are big. These are just about right. I usually pick them when they almost ripe. We just take them home and put them on the. Look at that youngster. Damn, look. This was makeshift. And since we got those 90 degrees lately, that's what allowing everybody to start ripening before, but see. But look at this. All these are all fruit that's coming. All the little flowers, those are all fruit. So we still got plenty. Let's see. I can't even get to it now. This ain't too long. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Just get some rye, wrap it around. So we had a really windy April, and young seedlings don't like a high wind, so they caught heck out here. Look at this. This is supposed to be a bright orange tomato called Jubilee. That's a big old tomato, huh? Yeah. Supposed to be bright orange. I've got a couple of them, but those gonna need a little bit more time. But it's a fight with the bugs too, man, because the bugs gonna get. I get one, the bugs get one. But that's how it goes when you're growing things. You like to eat it, they do too. Look at that. That's some yellow squash. Just twist them off. That's a good size right there. Yellow squash. See, that's where the stoves get them from, huh? Look at all them cherries in there. But you know, youngsters, I believe that cutting those suckers out, I think it increases your fruit production. Yeah, but all you see here is extra fruit. That's what you want. You could have had branches like that coming out without no fruit on them. Oh, shucky ducky. What we have here? That's one of them big jubilees, baby. Oh, yeah. Hopefully you ain't got a blemish where a worm got. No, that's. So you put that on the kitchen on the counter by the windowsill. About 2 days, it's gonna be bright yellow orange. They taste sweeter than the regular ones. That's a Jubilee. I didn't know they would be that big.
All natural.
It was 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, but this is usually when I pick them when they get like this. Take them home and put them on the sink.
You know what I mean? So what's the difference between those two varieties?
Well, I just like to give variety. When I decide to grow that year, I try to pick, varieties that I've grown before that I like. Or that orange has caught my eye. Man, I'm gonna grow that orange tomato. Always try to get a smaller tomato. Sometimes I do a yellow pear. This year I decided to do a cherry. Everybody always want a big red slicing tomato, so I got one called Big Red. And then I got a couple of Roma tomato plants. That's more for, you cook it instead of just slicing and eating. But every day these are gonna be putting this out like this because see all of the fruit coming. This is fruit right here. These, all the blue flowers. So for the next month or so, I come out here and pick them. I was thinking my bell pepper, these are still small, but yeah. Seeds, hey, give me them seeds. I just saved them and brought them out here, and now I got bell peppers.
We got another one down there.
Yeah. I was kind of big down. And then it's a male and a female. One's got 4 lobes, one's got 3. This one I think has 1, 2, 3. But some will have 4. They'll have 4. See, that one has 4. Is that the same? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is maybe 4 too.
So this the male and this the female, or this the male and this
Yeah, I think it's this the male, that's the female. Okay. My uncle told me that. I'm not sure what I support.
Oh man, but I just enjoy growing vegetables, man. That's since the 80s in my backyard.
Let's groceries. Let's see. Let's get going. Every day and get about this much vegetables and more. That's how we do it. These flowers, that's fruit. Gotta notice this plant hadn't put out a lot of fruit, but if she got flowers, that means I'm gonna get fruit. Now this is big red supposed to be here. These are supposed to be red. But this would be a good time to pick them when they're this color. Like when you put them in, put them in the windowsill.
Where's the tea?
What's up? Yeah, out here all day, huh? Actually, I didn't harvest that stuff. I got some good stuff. Y'all come back. This whole thing should be covered with vines, probably 2-3 foot high. The whole area should be covered.
There's some nice varieties.
And that last row, gentleman, Mr. Walter, gave me those seeds. Put them in the ground. These are good peas. They jumped out the ground.
Man, Mr. T, what made you want to start farming?
I've always been a biology person, science person, reader. Love reading books, learning new things, and growing plants. I don't know. Like I said, me and my dad really started doing it for real when we were watching the PBS show, Scrapper Garden. I think back then they had another show called The Victory Garden. So,
Like the same thing they doing now.
Yeah.
If they bring it back.
Yeah, so we would watch that and we just say, hey man, we're gonna start us some gardens. We had raised beds. He lived around the corner from me in Mo City, and we started growing stuff. Battling squash vine borer, learning about different pests. We just got stuck on it. I've been growing lush veggie gardens in my backyard for years.
For a long time.
The last couple of years, I came out here to this property, and I was able to just say, okay, wow, I'm gonna really do some gardening.
How would you compare your vegetables to like most vegetables is in the grocery store or that come from different places?
I think these vegetables are much better because number one, I'm not using any toxic chemicals. Water, fresh air, and I call my vegetables. What I tell you, Jeremy? They're hand curated. It's beyond organic.
Yeah.
I'm out here picking worms off my vegetables. I'm tending them. So yeah, I think they're good, wholesome. I eat them every day, and I think everybody should be growing some of their own food.
So what's some of the things you think we got to do like to get like more people, not necessarily just interested, but just prepared for farming?
Well, I think
There's some people, probably.
So
I know this shit is like shit now.
yeah, man. But what you got over here? So
Man, there's some okra right here. It's cool. The weeds stay coming. There's some okra. There's some cucumbers, some corn, sweet potatoes right here in the middle. We planted them last. Some melon, tomatoes in the middle row. And as you go down, beans, purple hull peas, and all.
So what do we have here going on in these sections?
Some squash, eggplant, okra, and with the oats. And then we got squash, and we got some okra, some eggplant, some potatoes, and tomatoes. They're going along the other one.
So how long is it gonna take you to yield some of this?
So this has been planted already for about a month and a month and a half. So about another month and a half, everything will be up fully. You got to maintain the weeds. Growing in Texas, man, the weeds just ferocious. Some people use like weed cloths.
Yeah.
I'm gonna incorporate some later on. And right now I'm trying to experiment called intercropping. Growing a lot of crops like real close to each other and letting them suffocate the weeds.
Okay.
I really
All right.
fucking with it.
So further, so what we got going on right here in this trail?
On this trail is sweet potatoes. So I went
Sweet
all the way
potatoes?
to Mississippi and got some, cause you need slips to grow sweet potatoes. So I went to Mississippi, bought some slips, put them in here. It's about 300 of them planted. Each of them supposed to produce like 40 pounds. So
for the people that don't know what slips look like or what slips are, can you give us a little bit more of a description of it?
all right,
And
boom.
why do we need it to grow it?
Here go this. you need slips because sometimes, you know, the sweet potato, it won't spud. But also, it's just easier. It's like a byproduct. Like if you had old sweet potatoes, you can plant them. The sweet potatoes grow underground. But on top of the ground, it has like this slip,
Okay.
right? So if you was to cut this and plant it somewhere else, it'll keep growing. It's just an easier method. Just drop the slips,
Okay.
Right. So yeah, sweet potatoes take about 90 to 100 days. Yeah, this just like times 3 or whatever we do in the garden.
Okay.
You know,
So you just expanded this part pretty much.
yeah, just expansion. Like you can see the plant. Nah, so man, a lot of this is just plant. You see those like these cucumbers,
Yeah.
just mixing plants together
Okay.
so they can help kill out the weeds. So yeah, man, this is not the only place you grow. This is just one of the biggest places that we grow. And we try to work in the city and not try to just work with other programs in the city or smaller gardens, keep them going. So it's all about health, you know, more supported. But, you know, farming is a business. So that's another reason why I like it.
So more on this, I think you said intergrowing,
Yeah,
right?
intercropping.
Intercropping.
Yeah.
So more on this intercropping, besides it blocking out weeds, what else are the better benefits of it?
Well, you got something called companion planting. Some plants grow good with others, right? And also you got a thing called like cover cropping. So not only kills out the weeds, but also it takes away certain pests. You know, you might have a sacrificial set of plants also, so they don't get to your other ones. You know, plants like to be in diverse conditions. Right? Most people who crops got bug problems or go out, they got one main crop. So, you know, nature like diversity. It's just like real life.
Yeah.
Like,
So pretty much in these farm fields and these different roads, it's like you have their own community.
they got their own community.
Yeah.
They're like African Americans, Hispanics, Ecuadorians, Salvadorians, all over the world.
So their own urban population.
Their own population. Nah, I feel you. Get some more okra. These some purple head peas.
Purple hub peas.
Yeah, they gonna come up. They gonna turn into a bush. Cause all this stuff, like the hotter it get, the more it like to grow. And it's gonna cover the grass. We don't use no chemicals, no herbicides, no pesticides. Even all the farmers that we work with. So it's really like, at this point, it's, you know, we're trying to co-op and network with other farmers, other agricultural organizations. You know, rather not even just in agriculture. You know, there's other jobs in ag. You know, you might need somebody to dry your crop. You might need somebody to process it. You might need somebody to have a warehouse or store it if you don't have it. So you need to work with other farmers and other gardeners to be able to like have an abundance and be sustainable. Also have a market, you know, because I couldn't grow all this stuff if I ain't had nobody to sell it to.
Right.
So, I mean, anytime you sell something, it's the same concept. It's just with food, like you got to deal with the weather. You got to take its own course. Everybody make something to eat.
Well,
I thought that was your
I did.
mangoes.
It's hard. And
That's my girl.
anyway,
Hey, Granny, you been to all these places? You know, I'm working on my documentary.
in Georgia, South Carolina, San Jose, Indianapolis,
Yeah.
San Diego, Old Sacramento.
Everywhere. Phoenix. What you like about Houston so much? It's my granny house, old house, old Indian lady. my mama, my auntie. She owned part of Fresh Life. Yeah, black women owned. My auntie Lisa, my baby. Mississippi. It's my granny again, my cousin Tonio. Look at that boy, Jake the Snake. Auntie Jerry again. Yeah, that's where I'm from, Mississippi. You gotta know where you come from, know you about to go. That's my granny and grandpa again. My cousin T. Yeah, man. It's my great-great-grandma, Carrie Ellis, my dear. It's my papa, that's what I say. Look like my twin. Boy got that nose just like me, young player. Yeah, man, that's where I come from. It's my granny house, Greenville, Mississippi in the Delta. Oh, son, that's my mom. Me and my mom. That's when the boy was on the set, for real, at 11. My pictures. All right, granny, I'm about to eat. Yeah, this my family, this where I'm from. My granny. Yeah, brother just like me. Twins. And GTT, you with the Valley.
I don't play them games like
You don't play HBCU.
Yeah.
Prairie View gonna beat y'all this year though.
Whatever. Got
Yeah.
my high school computer science. I don't play them games with y'all like that.
Oh my.
The first thing that I think about when I hear your name, Jeremy Peaches, is what I told you many years ago. I told you that you was going to be a mogul, a business mogul. Your name is going to be reaching far and wide. You're going to be the person who everybody looks up to. You're going to be the person that's going to be handling large sums of people, large sums of money, and you're going to be the person that's going to be feeding a lot of people. There are businesses that are inside of you. There are a lot of people who are going to be looking up to you, as well as in your family and outside of your family. You are our next generation. And I'm proud to be your auntie. I'm proud that you're a proud HBCU grad. And I'm proud of the legacy that you're going to be building from your grandfather, Leroy Peaches Sr.
Yeah, my name Michael. Yeah, I'm owner of Peach Poultry and Hatchery. You know, out here on the south side, you know, we started a little small business out here, trying to, you know, get these chickens out and get these eggs, you know, and you know how we do it. So, you know, I got the chickens out here, you know, eating up the vegetables and stuff like that so they can get good and healthy and produce these eggs. We were coming from Mississippi to Texas. It was very interesting. You know, coming from a small country to a big city, able to open our arms. You know, people opening up their arms to us and you know giving us the love. You know, we decided to you know kind of like start from the bottom and you know get work with the community, with feeding the community, and you know getting things started. You know, with Germo, and you know. It's been fun. It's like a little small struggle, but you know we made it through, and man, it's been wonderful, man. Just growing, and you know reaching out to the community, and you know it's been fun. It's been fun. Just you know you gotta look forward to the big picture. You know it might take a little minute, but you know. So, you know, growing up with Jeremy Peaches, man, I mean, it's crazy. You know, seeing my little brother growing up, we actually started from my grandmother in Mississippi. You know, we started in the garden. We was always told, go out there, go get them switches, go out there, go get them plums and them peaches and stuff like that. So, you know, actually starting hands-on at a young age, getting into the garden and getting to the, you know, the natural life, it was cool. Just seeing, you know, like I said, seeing my little brother just, you know, coming from football and the small engineering companies and stuff like that, you know, and I always thought that he would always, you know, grasp the nature life back into him, you know, and start vegetables and you know, just he was always a cool kid, and man, just look at it from now, you know, we didn't think that we'll be here, but we here now, you know, and we're doing, you know, some major things for ourselves and for our kids and for the community and stuff like that. So, you know, this Jermo is a great outgoing person, man. It's just seeing them from where we came from and from, you know, from back in the day when we was in Mississippi within the country, you know, dealing with the cutting yards and stuff like that. It was amazing to see him actually touch back on what, you know, our natural roots and stuff like that. You know, and you know, it's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey for him, you know. Just imagine Jermo out there, you know what I'm saying, playing football, wanting to play basketball all the time, to jump into the, you know what I'm saying, growing vegetables and fruits and stuff like that, and then harvesting, doing what our grandpa and our grandma actually did when they was growing up too, and showing us it's just natural roots. So, you know, man, yeah, the vegetables and the fruits, I love them, man. They taste good. They all natural, organic. Man, man, look, me and my chickens, we love eating it. You know, you can look over there, you can see some green tomatoes and stuff like that. So, you know, we got tomatoes over there growing. We got vegetables growing over here. And, you know, he come over here and help us, you know, and let us know what we doing, what we need to do to, you know, step up and stuff like that and get looked at. I mean, man, I'm proud of him. Growing up, as growing up with a single mother and with 3 kids, you know, Jim being the baby, and me being the oldest, you know, actually growing up in the neighborhoods, in the ghetto, as they call it, you know, it's kind of hard to kind of like touch bases on your natural roots and actually like get back out there to where you really want to be. You got to look at it, man. It's a struggle. She always, you know, push for us to, you know, go for things that's bigger, essential things that the community and the world and the nation might need, the village to stay strong. Jeremy was able to come up out of there and actually do that, you know, and it was hard. It was hard. You know, he just, you know, had a mind for it, to keep pushing, to keep going and do his thing, you know, and then seeing my sons look up to him and stuff like that, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. You know, you got to look at it. If your kid's not out there doing hard work and things with their hands that, you know, they can live their life that they don't want to be in, you know, and then regret. You know, so our mother, you know, was there, staying strong on us and telling us to do right, you know, and be there for her and love your family and love the community, you know, the people that helps you, help them out, you know, and Jeremy is one of those people that does that, you know, so, I mean, big ups to him, you know, he made it.
True transformation. I always expected and knew that there was much more inside than what I saw as a teenager. And I'm looking forward to what the rest of the journey is going to bring. But when I'd say the difference is life-changing transformation, and that is a continual theme that I'm constantly evolving, would be probably the best. Nothing stays the same, and I can say from then to where we are now, it has been a total transformation and evolved in such a great, hardworking, driven to the utmost young man. But he got it honestly, because his mama named Tony Peaches. He got it honestly. There's much more to say, but for the sake of time, I think I'll leave it there. But awesome, I would say awesome. Looking forward to what God has in store, and I'm just happy to be a part of the journey. Just glad to be called his mother. All right. Well, I think I'd rather describe Jeremy. Jermo is fresh life. But for Jeremy, it's kind of hard because it's a little bit of mixture of. That's kind of hard. That's hard. One word just won't do. Won't fit the description.
I used to be on McGregor, how everything I move around.
Southside.
For real.
Southside.
We hold on shy.
But
Best I can tell you, baby.
so every time you see me, what I be doing?
Looking down
Looking at,
and showing love.
showing love, chilling.
Everything.
Chilling.
And love coming down right. Coming down. This a good fucking night.
Like,
Coming down good.
Clean.
Coming down straight.
huh?
Man.
Man, I'm gonna play with you. Weird, like, would you
Yeah,
choose Germo?
I couldn't. All right, if you was to ask me back then, can I see Germo forming? I'll probably tell you no. You know what I'm saying? And that's just off of, you know what I'm saying, of the environment that, you know, we grew up in the type of environment, you know what I'm saying? But to see, you know what I'm saying, somebody that's my age and in my generation doing something more than, you know what I'm saying, what our community showed us, you know what I'm saying? And that's a proud accomplishment, especially for a black man.
No, most definitely, yeah. Because usually the stigma of a farmer is not someone that's so like myself. But you know, so we changing that mind state. But also, even from back in the day, we had hustle mentality from selling candy, you know, in class or just having fun, you know, throwing parties and you know just enjoying ourselves. Yeah, for real. I used to go to your house to rap.
Yeah, in the studio, in the hooked up studio, man.
For real. With that part, Philo.
And it's a long way, man.
Oh,
It's a long way from.
so it's cool, man. We used to have fun.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Even, you know what I'm saying, going to parties, sneaking to parties. This market that y'all got. Is it different associations? And what are those associations?
Man, it's not an official association or entity yet. Right now, it's just me, myself, other African American farmers, and also, you know, not necessarily African American, but other farmers as well. You know, they're small local farmers. They want to, you know, have their produce sold. They need certain services. So outside of us farming and providing services and consulting, we work with other people that farm to help them out, so we can help them sell their product. So, man, it's cool. Right next, we get into like more meat production. You know, having goats. My brother already had chicken and eggs. You know, I already have some beef cattle. We're just getting into some more specialty meat production.
And everything organic.
Everything organic, no pesticides, no herbicides, fresh, man. Like everything we do, we try to not use as many mechanical things like tractors, and we try to do as much as at hand, do less tilling as possible. You know, keep down the weeds, with just planting high densities, like taking up no space.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, taking up all your space. You know, you want dollars every time you step. You want a dollar.
Dollar.
Okay, yeah. Shoot, but it's cool to be out here with you, man. I know you grew up with me. You feel? What, Joe?
That's weeds.
Yeah, that was weeds. See them weeds coming there. Just in case we don't have to spray no chemical, you gotta pull them up or let the plants fight them out, you know? Because we wanna try not to disturb the soil as much as possible. We wanna keep all our ecology. You probably dig up some of the soil's worms out there, so just doing some research.
And so after the next adventure is the cattle and the beef and stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
The
man.
slaughterhouse.
How you know? Yeah, man. So, shoot, one of my best friend, man, we call him my twin, man. Shoot, CJ Cartier Billy.
Yeah.
Man, that's what really kind of got me into the, into like the ranch world.